Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. I just painted this teacup and I kind of sketched it with pencils and then was kind of fussing with it. And then I thought, you know what, I'd like to try painting it again, but do more of a looser approach. And I thought that would make a really fun little video so you guys could paint along too. And kind of like, you know, get your crafty mojo going. And that paint's still wet and I just... So what I did here was a little printmaking. I closed my thing and I got a print on the opposite page. Oh well, life's too short to worry about that. What I'm going to do is I am going to grab some of this kind of cobalt teal looking color. Of course, use whatever color you like. And I am going to try with as few brush strokes as possible to paint the body of this teacup. So this is a little different from how I usually work. So I'm just trying to get the front edge, because usually I sketch and I get my ellipse and I flip it upside down to get it symmetrical and all of that. So this is completely different. All right, let's try to get this curve here. I might flip it around just to help me get it symmetrical. Let's try to match it on this side. I've got to flip it. I got to flip it and look at my picture and not anything else. So if you have a teacup, that would be great to set it up in front of you so that you can like look at the detail and everything. Hopefully that's in frame. And now I just want to get that indication of the ellipse. Okay, let's get a little handle on there. Let's get a saucer. Maybe bottom of the saucer. Whew, this is loose. Let's put some tea in the cup. Oh, it might have been more fun to have the perspective of looking down at the teacup, but oh well. Now let's put a flower on our teacup. Mix those two colors together. Get some little details. I really like how these paints, these are the Paper Fashion paints, I like how they flow and mix together and flow into one another. So that's part of the reason I wanted to do kind of a loose style painting. Actually, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's always nice when that happens. That is not as ugly as I thought. That could be way worse, guys. I mean, it's not great, but trust me, it could be worse. Now let's do some little leaves. Oh, that's kind of fun. I kind of like that. It's just like really messy and sloppy and loose, but I really kind of love it. Take some of the indigo. Using a number 8 round. Now here I'm going to paint a little bit pasty just so I can get a few edges back. Because I didn't like take any time sketching this, I am really going to be very suggestive with my edges and not try to get everything in, because it's not accurate. So I don't want to like draw attention to the fact that my my drawing isn't accurate. Get some shadow under the teacup. I usually like to just kind of add a little water so I can fade it out. I'm going to take that color, that brown I used for the tea, and mix it with the indigo and see what kind of nice dark I can get. It's kind of green, so I'm going to add some red to it to cancel out that green. A little more indigo to cool it down. Oh, I like that. Makes almost a black, actually. Hopefully I'm not pushing this out of frame. I just like to turn my little sketchbook around so I can have I like to have the point of my brush up against the edge of whatever I'm painting. That might have been a little bit too much, honestly. Yeah, I overdid it there, but you never know unless you try. You gotta experiment. That's what an inexpensive sketchbook is for. This is one of the Artesa's. Very affordable. What I like about this this paint, this paper, I feel like I can keep layering up, and it doesn't like give me like I don't know. It's just kind of very freeing. It's inexpensive paint. It's inexpensive paper, and yet I just love the quality of this paint on this paper. It's it kind of granulates a little bit, but it doesn't give me like a chalky effect because the colors here are nice and transparent. So it just works really well. It works really well for this type of technique. And I love going in with just like a very dry brush with some pigment on it and just kind of going into that wet paint and adding those pasty paint details. It just like, it lets me have some of that bright color, but it also gives me a little bit of a softness. I don't know if I've used yellow. Did I use any yellow ochre yet? I don't think I did on this. But I want to have a little bit of yellow in here. Just love it. Just love that. Like it could almost be like a golden rim. How like fancy teacups have a golden rim sometimes. It's hard to know when you're done, when you're doing a little painting like this, because it's just light and easy and fun. You can be tempted to it can be tempting to want to just kind of like overdo it. But if you can just kind of, you know, kind of stop once the paper's dry and say, yep, that's it, that's all I'm doing. And not go back in and fuss and make it, I don't know, I want to say a real painting, but make it like, you know, a real fussy finished painting. I think you can, it's almost better. You could almost set like a timer saying, okay, I'm going to give myself 10 minutes, and then when 10 minutes is done, I'm going to stop. Maybe that's what I should do. What are we at? We're at 9 minutes and 47 seconds. Well, I think that's what we should do. I think this looks really cute. But I think also we could just leave it the way it is and call it a day. And that's what I'm going to do. I hope you enjoyed this. I thought it was super fun. Great way to spend a rainy afternoon. Please give me a thumbs up if you agree. And until next time, happy crafting.